Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So I just want to spend a few minutes here talking about a community building process that we have at the gym. We've set up our gym, and I've got another video on this, but we've set up our gym in a way to maximize collisions. And what we mean by that is we want to get people getting as close together as possible, as many times as possible, without it being a burden or without it feeling awkward or weird. We want it to happen without even people knowing it happens. If someone is standing right here and you need to get close to them to put your bag next to them, that's perfect. If someone is standing here and here and here and here and here and you can't get there to put your bag there, that's not what we're going for. So what we're going for is trying to maneuver people and get them as close together as possible, as many times as possible, without it being a burden, without it being awkward or anything like that. The closer you can get people, the more interactions they have, the better bonds they create, and the community skyrockets when this stuff starts happening. So I've got another video that talks about the actual organization of the gym and how we funnel people in to make that happen. So I want to talk about how our coaches here actually design our class structure and how we coach to make this happen. So first of all, our gym is kind of set up where we have a gym area, and outside we have a few garage doors here, and people come in from the outside right here. So it starts because coach sees them come in, and the coach can easily say, "Hey, what's up, Carl?" As they come in the gym, when they see Carl leaving, they can say bye. There's a bag room here, and so people come into the gym, put their bags down. The whiteboard is over here, so they can either go look at the whiteboard, the bathrooms are over here, or they can come back over here, and this is where our foam rollers are, and this is where our exercise bikes are. So this is kind of where they wait for class to start. So now pre-class, we've already gotten people near each other. So here's what the coach does 15 minutes before class, and this is their goal. Everything obviously has to be genuine. There's nothing not genuine about this, but it's also very, very strategic. So what this coach is doing 15 minutes before class is they're just looking around. They're seeing where people are, who's talking to who, and when they see that person on their phone, when they see that person just kind of standing there on their own, this coach's job is to interact, but their real job is, we call them making triads. Their real job is if this person is standing on their own, and let's say this person is standing on their own, this coach's job is to get those two people talking to each other. So this coach may come up, strike a conversation up with this person, but purposefully situate themselves in between them. Knowing enough about these two people, that coach should be able to then bring this person into the conversation by asking them a question, saying, "Hey, well, this is what Carl has done." And then your goal is to get them talking to each other. It doesn't have to be the best conversation in the world. It doesn't have to be a sustained conversation. But if they say something to each other, they are way more likely to continue talking. But also they're way more likely during the class, after class, the next time they see each other, to say something to each other. So it's all just about making that connection. So as soon as they've made that connection, same thing happens. Scan the room. This person is in the bag room on their own. Coach goes in here, strikes a conversation, starts talking. Goal is to get them talking to somebody else, or maybe they see it and then they call this person over because they have a question for them. Join in. Hey, what do you think about this? Those types of things. It's getting people to talk to each other. So that's how the first 15 minutes before class is spent. Talking about goals, how their days, you're reading the room, figuring out who you're going to have in class, what kind of mood they're in. Are they having a good day or a bad day? Are they new to town? Whatever it is. But the more you can get people talking, the more connections you can make before class, the better. Okay, now class starts. So now the goal is all of these people have moved into class. Okay, they're spread out. There's a general warm-up. The coach is now having them follow along with exercises. So now the key is when it's still more general, same goal. The coach's goal is to get this person to talk to the whole class. Okay, the way I do it, some coaches do question of the day. I like question of the day. I like the theory of question of the day because if you can get people talking, they're more likely to talk later on. But I don't like the formality of question of the day. So I like to do something like, hey, have y'all seen the documentary Icarus? I just saw it the other day. For you at home, if you haven't seen the documentary Icarus, it's absolutely incredible. You gotta go, it's on Netflix, you gotta go watch it. Anyway, ask something like that. And my goal is to not really know who's seen the documentary Icarus. I'm trying to get reactions out of people. Get them talking, but get them talking on a group level. Once somebody says something, I try and just let them run with it. Maybe ask some questions, get them talking, say, oh, haven't you done something like that? Or if it kind of goes dull, then I like to say, are there any other documentaries out there that y'all have heard of? What do y'all think of this? But the real goal is my job is to lead them through the warm-up. And then alongside that, I'm trying to get them talking to each other as a group, not just this person talking to that person, but this person talking to everybody in the class, and then this person talking to everybody in the class. Every now and then, these two people will just talk to each other, which is completely fine. It's the general warm-up, social hour, first 5-10 minutes of the class. Okay, now it's time to get more specific. So now it's time, kind of the social hour is over. It's time to get more specific, and this is where I go into my specific warm-up, my teach and practice. I've got another video where I talk about my class planning, what teach and practice means, how I implement it, my C-News checklist, stuff like that. But this is where I would go more into, okay, now we're getting serious, we're really focusing on something. Okay, but once that more specific warm-up is over, our whiteboard is right up here. Now I'm trying to make more collisions happen. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk over to the whiteboard, and then I'm gonna make everybody gather around. Okay, I'm gonna talk about what we're doing that day. I'm gonna explain it, give people a chance. But the reason I do that over at the whiteboard and not with them out here is because over at the whiteboard, now I get them closer to each other. It's really hard when you're 10 feet away from somebody. It's really hard to tell a stupid joke. You don't get any of those elbow nudges. You don't give it any fist bumps. When you're right next to somebody, if I say something stupid as a coach, I want someone elbowing the person next to them and laughing about it. The closer I can get people together, the closer that they just become. The other thing that happens is now when I'm explaining the workout and I'm talking about what we're gonna do, everybody is focused and right here, and there's not just people everywhere walking around, and some people are getting a barbell, some people are getting clips and bumper plates, and nobody's really listening. Everyone's here, they're listening, but we also have that added benefit of get them close. Then they spread back out, they go to their spots, they start doing their things. I don't like I should rephrase that. I don't like making people share equipment unless our gym is limited on that particular piece of equipment and they need to share. But I like giving them the option. So a lot of times saying something like, hey, and if you would like to share a barbell, find somebody that lifts relatively what you lift. And it's amazing how that just little nudge in that direction will have some people, the people who like to share, actually share barbells. Now their connections go up. But it'll have the people that find that to be awkward, which is some people in the gym, they're not pressured to have to do it. So then they go do their thing. If there's anything else, we bring them back to the board. Same thing, go do their thing. And then the key is after the workout, I have them clean up all of their stuff. Rephrase that. After the workout's over, before they clean up any of their stuff, I have them meet back up at the board again. I talk about what the cool down is gonna be, and I always assign some slow cardio and some mobility exercises and maybe some like squats and some movement to go along with it. The goal is then they all put their things away. So gym is clear, ready for the next class, nothing's in the way. And then I make sure that the cool down involves lacrosse balls, foam rollers, exercise bikes, going for a walk, everything that happens in this area of the gym. So now gym area is cleared of all the equipment. These people move over into this area. They're cooling down, they're close together, they just worked out together, they're talking, but the next class is coming in. And they're gonna pass right by them, right over them, right through them. They're gonna be all on top of each other. These people can tell these people about the workout. These people can ask these people about the workout. It's so easy to have those conversations when those collisions are happening. But here's the other magic of it. So now the next class happens, and these people move in here. Nobody's in the way. The last thing we wanna have happen is have these people cooling down in this area, and the next class needs to come use this area, and now we break up all the conversations that we're having. Okay, sorry, I'm back. My camera overheated. It's hot in Austin. We don't turn the AC on at this section of the gym when I'm filming, so I had to stick the camera in the freezer for a little bit. So sorry for getting distracted. Sorry if I'm repeating myself a little bit here. But anyway, if people are having a conversation, the last thing we want to do is have that conversation get interrupted. We can really tell how well our gym is doing on a community level, and this has such a high resonance with our capacity to keep members, is how long do members hang out after class is over? Once the coach is done coaching, once they're done cooling down and the class is over, how long do they stick around the gym? And the longer they stick around, the better job we're doing at making them connect and talk to each other and become buddies. So everything we do in class, obviously we want to put the priority on being world-class coaches, providing world-class workouts, but everything we do behind the scenes also has these added layers of community building. Our environment is set up to make collisions, but also the choices that we're making as a coach of, do I speak to the class while they're out there, or do I bring them up here? Are they gonna share barbells? Are they gonna do their cool downs here, or am I gonna move them over into a certain section? Am I gonna do down and back warm-ups? Or all of these considerations have to go with what is the best for the member, what is the best for the group to push them forward, but also how can we balance the community building aspects of these things that we know to be so powerful? So the thing to try, if you're a gym owner, if you're a coach, thing to try is purposefully, without it being awkward, purposefully try and create collisions. Try and get people close to one another. And when you do that well, it is incredible how fast you can feel the energy change in your gym or in your class. Hope this helps. Talk to y'all soon.